It's often said there's nothing worse than a free boat. Here I am on my way to my newest free boat, where I'm trying to get it back on the water in 30 days. After a short ferry ride over to Gosport, I'm back at Quay Lane Boatyard. So day 2 of fixing a free sailboat. So before I get into this video, I'm just going to address what free sailboat actually means. So there was no direct upfront cost for the boat. It was listed on a Facebook group for make an offer. Now, if you're prepared to be cheeky, you can just go in and say, I'll take it off your hands. I asked, I was like, what's the lowest you'd take? Somebody was selling it on behalf of their uncle, and the uncle must have got back to them and just said it's free. So then we got in contact, and I mask my Facebook profile is very much on private now because there's no end of photos of shipwrecks, so nobody would give me a free boat. But yeah, got in contact, we agreed it, and the key thing I had to do, and this is where you sound like you're being a bit cheeky because you are getting given something for free. However, it's the list of things that weren't on the boat that you need to make sure you're going to get. Otherwise, you're getting a shell of a boat, and then you're putting a bunch of money in to doing it. Now, I'll try find and attach an article here, if I've done that properly. If not, it'll be in the description, of an article I saw recently about why there's no such thing as a free boat, which was quite a big motivation for... I'd already started doing this when I saw the article, and it's about a free boat where somebody then basically spends the best part of 100 grand doing up. So, you know, I'm not saying that's an extreme article, but if you ended up with just the shell and you didn't get the sails and you didn't get the winches and all of the rest of it, which we'll go through in later videos, you're going to end up spending a whole bunch of money on stuff. So it all got agreed, it was free, but there was cost straight away. So the boat in England, and it's been pointed out, I am in the sailing mecca apparently of the UK. It's not cheap to put boats places. Now, with that being a much smaller boat than my actual boat, it's £230 per month in the shipyard. So, and you have to pay a deposit, which, yeah, okay, I get. And the deposit basically will cover the launch, and there'll be a bit left over because it's not actually that much for the launch. So, and then I have to pay 1 month upfront mooring, yeah, for the shipyard. So 230. So take the free boat, and straight away there's £460 out. So that's why there's probably no such thing as a free boat, because unless you've got, and you do see quite a lot on YouTube, people are lucky enough to have a bit of land, or the friend's got a bit of land, and if you could do that, brilliant. If I could do that with this current boat, my actual boat, and I could go stick it on a piece of land for a year or two and not have the mooring cost of it, I'd make a lot more progress. But yeah, straight away you've got that cost. Now, the reason this is 30 days to get it done is I straight away gave notice, because you've got to give 30 days notice. So took on the mooring, gave the 30 days notice, and then we've got that to aim for then. Everything should be there, we should be able to get it done, but otherwise the cost is going up and up and up. So the cheapest thing you can do with a boat in the UK is put it on a swing mooring ball, whatever you want to call it, where you are probably looking at, for that size boat, I reckon you get one for about £800 per year. So that's a big difference to, you know, rocking up 230 a month, and it'd be even more in a marina. So the plan is 30 days, get it done, get it out onto a mooring ball. The overall plan for that boat is to list it for sale as soon as it's done and it's ready to sail, because a good thing about it was all of the things are there, and it's a case of putting it back together. So day one, if you didn't see it already, that video's up. This is day two, and the first few days were a case of just getting it clean. So not much talking in this video. It involves the fun part, taking a jet wash and cleaning the deck. So here goes. Even before starting to remove years of grime, I could see the gel coat was in very good condition, which was a key thing when taking on this boat. Having had a few boats myself before that have been painted, and then you're forever painting over it. You might remember back to my first boat that I had whilst being on YouTube, that was painted, and back when I was doing the boat trips, I was forever having to go repaint over bits. Obviously, and we'll get to it later in this video, you have non-slip paint on the deck, which you kind of need dependent on whether there's a textured deck or not a textured deck, a textured gel coat, where you have these little bumps that give you non-slip, but you don't always have that. But having the actual hull of the boat and, you know, in the cockpit, the bits you're not stepping on, having them as gel coat, knowing you're going to be able to get this high shine, glossy look back, is quite nice, which you can achieve with paint. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people say before as well, like, if you can not paint a boat, don't paint it. You'll see in later videos when I do get on to gel coating, I've not actually started yet, this is all getting done pretty live and in time, but later on you'll see why it was such a big thing for me that the gel coat was in good condition.
Me, yeah, just do me. I'm just that type, I got that hype, got the energy. See what I wanna see. I shine so bright, I get so high on the air I breathe. I do what I want, I get what I need. I live in the zone, yeah, I feel so free. Gonna do what I want whenever I want. Gonna do what I want whenever I wanna do. When the sun goes down and I'm turning it up, I won't ever stop, yeah, I can't get enough. Gonna do what I want whenever I want. Gonna do what I want whenever I wanna do. Wanna be like me, you can give it a shot. But no one alive, that's not what I got.
So as you can see, the huge difference just 2 days has made already to the interior and also to the exterior. Unfortunately, the GoPro did actually die. Part of me filming the jet washing of the deck, I thought I had it on time lapse for like 3 hours. Well, not 3 hours, about two hours while I was doing it, and actually it weren't on time lapse. So, well, the memory got full and it died, so I didn't actually manage to go get the actual tour of me showing you it all done, so I'll do that next time. So not an overly long video on this one. I wanted to make these where it's just a daily vlog, you know, rather than week-long episodes of all the little bits you do, just what I do in a day. Try to keep them short. Yesterday's was actually a bit long, because it was just day one and there was a fair bit of explaining, but yeah, that's the plan for them. So if you've not already, do subscribe. This is part of the reason for doing this way too, is it's trying to get back in the swing of filming things, and that's quite an easy way of doing it because you don't end up with an abundance of footage you've got to go back through. And you do what you're doing in the day, you get to the end of the day, you edit it, it comes on YouTube, and hopefully people watch it. But a big thank you to everyone who watched day one. It was actually a really big motivation to have, it's still on the up as I'm filming this little part, and at the minute it was 13 new subscribers. So, you know, I maybe don't say it enough, but if you can press the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up, I would be super grateful. And yeah, day 2 done. It might be a little break till the next one now, because I actually did this a couple of days ago, well, a week ago, maybe a bit longer than a week ago. Then I actually got a bit more work, actual work, which is what pays then to fix that boat. So yeah, 30 days, but you know, occasionally sometimes you still have to go do bits of work and stuff, as is life. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, where we start to get to the serious stuff. So engine, rigging and repairs, because we've done the Kimanagi-esque cleaning of the boat now. So yeah, see you next time.